Sonic the Hedgehog, the fanfic, the podcast. It's our midlife crisis.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, guys and gals and non-binary pals, lovely listeners, ravishing readers, Sonic cunts, welcome one and all to Book 2 of Sonic the Hedgehog, the fanfic, the podcast.
Yay.
Thank you. If you were at home or not applauding, then now is your opportunity to do so. I'm LT, and joining me is my co-conspirator in this frankly insane undertaking, which, yes, we have been renewed for a second season, can you believe it? It's Eddie O'Keefe. How are you doing today, pal?
Hello, I'm doing good. I just finished a nice, fun stream of Banjo-Tooie, and I've been very excited to get back into Sonic the Hedgehog and the podcast. It's been a nice little break.
It was nice. And I don't know when this episode's coming out. Maybe we'll get another backlog going, or maybe we'll get it up soon. Who knows? Yeah. But I am looking forward to getting back in the driver's seat and exchanging this stupid story back and forth with you. Sonic tennis style, I guess, serving up not big yellow balls, but big comedy laughs. Yeah. Great, nailed it.
Sorted. Back of the net.
Yeah,
that's tennis.
It's dialogue like that means I'm a great writer and perfect for this podcast.
Oh boy, I'm nervous. I don't know what to expect. That's the nice thing.
Nervous, Eddie. You're right to be nervous. Well, last time round, of course, we had the end of Book 1. Would you like to remind our listeners how Book 1 concluded, Eddie? How you traumatised a generation?
Tails cried.
He did cry. Is there anything you'd like to say? Some kind of apology, perhaps? I'm thinking.
No, I'm not sorry.
All right, fine.
Very funny. So Cream found out Vanilla. Obviously, everyone who was in the book turned up at the Sonic the restaurant. The plan being, get a nice meal in, have a little chat with each other before we go off and find Robotnik's base, which included the Team Chaotix crew and Dead Vanilla, who had been cloned by Vector multiple times. Cream found out Vanilla had died because Vector accidentally said it out loud, was having an argument with SPO. Elsewhere, Silver was hit in the face with a pillow full of fox shit and got hit by a car and died. Shadow turned up to pretty much come clean to Tails about what had happened with him losing the game. But then it all turned out everything that happened in the book was Tails' fault, apart from Vanilla dying, but Vector blamed it on Tails anyway. Oh, and we went back to War Games, and Knuckles was meant to be in the War Games originally, but because Tails dragged him along on the adventure, couldn't make the War Games, so Teddy Guerrero came out, fucked up his spot, and then the whole of the good guy team got murdered in War Games, which is also Tails' fault. That actually was Tails' fault. Silver died.
He had Rota bleed out from his injuries. Ben Mutsky got CTE.
Yeah.
Uncle Chuck just got hit in the head with a bin. He's probably
he's very old.
He is quite old though. So
Teddy Guerrero was decapitated.
He was full on decapitated, but that's okay because he's an OC. We can do what we like with those.
Yeah. Silver dying was Tails' fault because he threw the fox shit at him from the plane. Tails. Robotnik came into the restaurant to basically say he wasn't here for a fight. He just wanted to play games with Sonic. He's old and retired now, but he felt guilty for shooting Blues the Blat in the face and called the police on himself to arrest him. And he wanted one last game with Sonic, but Tails interrupted and ruined it, so Robotnik didn't get his last game with Sonic. And in the process of giving the game back to Shadow, Tails accidentally pushed Shadow and broke the game, so Shadow had no game. But it's fine, because it was Tails' game all along, and Rouge called Shadow to tell him that she had a game after all, so Shadow had Paper Funnel 2 Fire Adventures, and Tails didn't anymore.
Well, I mean, and Tails got dumped.
And he got dumped at the very end, yes.
It was the penultimate sentence.
With the line, it's not me, it's you, Lamau.
Lamau. Fucking brutal, man. I have to tell you, listeners, Eddie was very delighted when he realised he could tie up all the plot threads. And I was like, you cannot possibly do that. That cannot be done. And then what he did was he tied it all in by making Tails public enemy number 1.
That was so funny, though.
I will say there was one plot thread we didn't tie up, and we only realised afterwards. And we have still left the Babylon Rogues in white space.
Oh yeah, fuck.
But that's okay because they're out of time. We can come back to them whenever we please.
Yeah, and they weren't really involved in anything.
So I mean. Usually we ask, if we'd continued from last time, how would you have continued? But this is a new beginning, so
yes.
I guess different rules apply this time. But theoretically, if you were to continue on last time, how would you have possibly moved the story on?
Either Tails would start his big redemption arc. Like, he's gonna organise a party or something to try and get everyone back on his side.
I've got all your mates killed. Let's have a party.
Yeah, just like something he would try and do to fix everything. I think I would I would follow Tails a lot, I think, and just have his plan set in motion. Or maybe go to Robotnik in prison, then there's actually a secret plan all along. Ooh,
interesting.
Which could have been nice. Or I would have just had Tails they discover Tails hanging in a closet or something.
Possibly a little too mean.
Yeah,
just a fraction too mean to do that. Well, Eddie, I'm afraid you don't have control of what happens in today's chapter.
I don't,
because I've written it and you get to read it, and then I guess we'll just see how well it lines up with what you would have done. Just to confirm, this is... it's a new storyline, but we are in the same kind of universe as before.
Interesting.
So, it's like... If you read an actual Sonic comic or a novel series or any of those things, it's the same characters. They're just doing a different adventure now.
Yeah, fine.
So, the adventures they have been on are still canon to our story. But now we're going in a new direction. How will the previous chapter influence today's? Well, Eddie, you're about to find out when I press enter and send you that. Oh,
God, I'm so nervous.
As you should be, my friend. As you should be. I hope you're ready for this.
I think so. Oh, boy. Okay, ready?
I was born ready.
Okay, so this is a prologue. Ooh,
yes.
Before the actual chapter. Exciting.
Yes.
A gloved finger pressed the key on the keyboard. A tinny robotic voice spoke up as various schematics and geographical landmarks flashed across the computer screen. The No Zone, the center point of the entire multiverse. Infinitely large. The No Zone runs perpendicular through the midpoint of every other reality, meaning visitors to this realm find themselves standing at a 90-degree angle. And within this precise cosmic mid-center of all existence is the penitentiary known as Zone Jail. The inhabitants of No Zone are all born with a sense of justice and belief in rehabilitation, which is well, for it is their job to police the multiverse. Individual realms within the pantheon of alternate reality are permitted to govern themselves, of course, but if a threat is so great it jeopardizes another reality, the fabric of time and space, or the entire multiverse, the Zone Cops must take action to protect all that is. Is that a correct thing?
This is actual lore in the Archie comics. There is a dimension that runs perpendicular to all others, and it is inhabited by law enforcement officers. They're basically alternate reality versions of the main cast, whose names all start with Z. So you've got Zonic, Zaya's,
Fuck me, that's great. It was going so well, and they ruined it. The owner of the finger used it to rub their top lip in deep thought. I don't know who this is.
It's a mystery.
Yes, the Zone Cops might stand in the way of my plans. I have no desire to run afoul of them and end up wasting away in their accursed prison. But my plans require action. It is perhaps inevitable that I must prepare myself for a war with the very guardians of all existence. The fingered figure finally finished fucking hell. The fingered figure finally finished figuring. They may vastly outnumber me, but my unique skills give me the edge I need. They press that same finger into a button on the control panel, An image of an all-too-familiar... For fuck's sake, I know who this is now. The image of an all-too-familiar planet blinked onto the screen. Of course, it was also obvious. Where else could their plans lead them? With that seemingly insignificant world. But insignificant, it most assuredly was not, as Sonic and his friends knew all too well. Ooh. Mysterious!
Setting up threads.
Not starting with Sonic shitting his pants.
No.
Sonic the Hedgehog, the Perfect the Podcast. What?! Book 2, Chapter 1. Eat ass or die trying. For fuck's sake! Why?
I couldn't think of a chapter title, and that just came to me and tickled me, so I was like, yeah, that'll do.
Can't start the prologue like that and then the first chapter be eat ass or die trying. Oh boy. Rain poured down from the dark grey sky. The gathered friends were glad for it, because it marked the tears streaming down their faces. Fucking hell!
This is all your fault, by the way.
I would have also started at a funeral, I was going to say. Amy buried her head into Sonic's arm, weeping. Sonic could do nothing, say nothing that would comfort her. All he could do was let her cry. Knuckles sighed. He felt a great emptiness in his heart. It was at times like this he became keenly aware of the fact he was the last of his kind, save for the odd evil genius who tried to kill him, members of a rival tribe who might not be canon anymore and who live in a bucket dimension, and a spectral apparition who mostly lived 8,000 years ago. Knuckles was lonely. Jesus Christ. Shadow stared off to the side, a grimace on his face. Rouge sensed the pain in her friend's heart, but what could she say? Shadow didn't speak openly about his feelings, so there was no sense in trying to get him to talk. All she could do was be there for her friend. Whitey did his best to hold in a sniffle. He'd always been raised to be the strong man, the tough man, protect your family, stand up for your friends. All he wanted to do now was cry, but somehow the tears wouldn't come, which only made him feel more guilty. And the fans of Sonic the Hedgehog, the Fanfic the Podcast, wanted when the joke was going to come. I'm setting the scene, so shut the fuck up and be patient. I'll do some jokes about dicks in a bit if you behave. The Reverend began. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here under most unusual, tragic circumstances. To lose a loved one is agony. To lose 3 on the same day is scarcely bearable. There are times... There are hard times, Daddy!
If you will.
These are hard times indeed, but it is through the strength of our friends that we shall persevere. Let that strength keep your head up through these difficult times, and let the love of the Lord give you further strength to continue. Just fucking hell. To say a prayer, press the B button. Cream. Oh no. Sniffling and gasping for air, press the B button on her controller. Thanks! Reverend Elmer Chow continued. Let us pray! Heavenly Father, we ask that you grant unto your kingdom the eternal souls of Rotosaurus, Silver the Hedgehog, and Vanilla the Rabbit, who, Vector has asked me to remind you all, was definitely killed by Tails somehow, and we should all just stop asking questions because the matter is closed, and it is better for everyone if we don't bother asking about it like weirdos or uncool people. The mourners, deep in prayer, nodded their heads and murmured approval of Vector's suggestion. It would be uncool indeed to ask needless questions. Fuck's sake! Espio picked his eyes open and glanced over at Blaze. God, she looked good, he thought. The black was doing it for her. The massive posh hat, coupled with the fact she was wearing black sunglasses during an absolute pisstorm of rain, only made her seem more aloof and desirable. He knew she was an interdimensional princess and way out of his league, but man, come on! And so, oh Lord, we commend the spirits of our friends into your care! Elmer Chow drew to a conclusion, forcing Espio to scrunch his eyes shut in case anyone caught him leching. In Jesus' name! Amen! Amen, everyone responded. The friends collectively took a deep breath. Elmer Chow looked across the group. And now, I understand Sonic would like to say a few words. Sonic? Sonic walked to the head of the open graves, where framed photos of each of the departed were stood on decorative easels. It was a nice photo of Rota. It really captured his warm spirit. That certain cheeky glint in his eyes he always had when he come up with another brilliant invention that would inevitably make a very loud noise. Silver's photo was somewhat trickier, as it had been taken in the future and brought back with him to present day. The time-travelling hedgehog who lived in a constant state of flux, the details of his picture's background kept shifting and altering as time revealed itself, based on decisions people in the present and intervening years would or would not make. People and buildings changed and disappeared and reappeared, but Silver remained constant in the picture. It was somehow reassuring. That's a nice idea.
Sort of Back to the Future writ large.
Yeah,
well,
very nice.
The Marty McFly photo bit.
Vector had supplied a photo of Vanilla, which is a bit unfortunate. He uploaded the wrong one between Pile's website, meaning everyone had awkwardly averted their eyes from an image of a topless Vanilla laid on her bed, the sheets rumpled, her hair messy, and the other part of her torso Sonic... Jesus Christ. Other part of her torso completely covered in what Sonic was hoping he'd convince himself was double thick cream. For fuck's sake! Sonic pulled a prepared speech from his suit pocket and cleared his throat. Thank you all for coming here today. It's comforting to know that there is so much love in all your hearts for those we have lost. Unfortunately, most of Silver's loved ones couldn't be here because we have no way of directly contacting their future. I suppose we could have left a note in the hope someone would discover it hundreds of years from now, but who could be bothered with all that? Finishing it, Sonic skipped the first page of his speech, idly tossed it into Silver's grave before continuing. What?
Even in death, Silver's catching strays.
I look at the faces I see here today, and I take solace in the fact that we all have one another. A few short weeks ago, I found myself depressed, unable to find enjoyment in life. I was down on my luck, lacking adventure, and I couldn't beat Earthbound. That's how it all started, for fuck's sake. Well, friends, let me tell you, it's taken this awful tragedy to realize that bad times get better. I've learned to appreciate the good things in life, to appreciate all of you, helping you all build better lives. Well, maybe that's adventure enough for me. As for Earthbound, let me tell you, last night I made Gygus my bitch. A ripple of impressed applause spread throughout the crowd as a cheer rose up for Sonic's good news. For fuck's sake, a cheer! Despite his initial rough transition, Sonic had worked in 3 after all. Sonic paused for a moment to soak up the applause, and then continued. I knew it'd be too easy. Piece of cake to let anger consume us. We all probably bear a lot of ill will towards our former friend. Jesus Christ. But as far as I'm concerned, the only way to move forward is to move past him. We cannot heal if we hang on to our fury. The only way we can ever heal is to simply cut ties with the parts of the past that hold us back. I want you all to know I am here for each and every one of you. I love you all very much. My fucking arse! Blaze screamed. No, I mean it. No, Sonic! I mean someone just grabbed my arse! For fuck's sake. Sonic looked in Blaze's direction. Odd. Christ alive! Sonic looked in Blaze's direction. Odd. There was nobody next to her. He looked over at the gathered group. Search me, shrugged Espio. Sonic's frown took a turn invisible and sneak about undetected. Could be any one of us. Blaze flicked her palm and a flame began to burn in it. If I find out which one of you fuckers has pinched my pert royal bottom, I'm gonna burn your skin off. Sonic raised a hand. Blaze! This is what I'm talking about. Everyone looked back at Sonic. He continued. We all need to move past our anger. Be better to one another. For one another. And for the betterment of our world. We're all supposed to be Sonic heroes. I think it's high time we started acting like it. Sonic's friends all exchanged glances. They knew Sonic was right. Recently they've been falling apart with their various sex scandals, bigotry, incompetence, anger, and sticking a child's hand in a toaster and switching it on for a laugh. What?
You gotta have the little unseen adventures occasionally.
In many ways, Tails was just the logical endpoint of it all. Sonic says something slightly. Look, you are my dearest friends, and I can't lose any more of you. So please, if you can't do it for me, do it for Vanilla. And Rotor. Omega, keen to get his first line in the history of the podcast, added, and Silver. Who? Yes, thank you, Sonic! Omocho smiled. Oh, poor Silver. Your words ring true! Ring like a gold ring what you collect from the games! Go forth from this place, friends! Not with a poison of hatred in your heart, but with renewed hope for the future, that you all can have love and cherish one another. Blessed be Button! Excuse me? Cream's tiny voice spoke up as she fought to maintain her composure. There will be refreshments at Mother's house. I suppose it's just my house now. Jesus!
See, it's not nice when you have to read it. Now feel my pain.
You're all very welcome to join. Christ, what a Lex line. Sonic's ears pricked up. Fucking get in! Will there be chili dogs? Fuck's sake.
Trying to give you a taste of your own medicine there, making things very sad about the 4-year-old.
It's very funny. In his prison cell, Dr. Robotnik lay on his uncomfortable bed. It had been the trial of the century. A shocking once and would-be again planetary dictator, willingly giving himself up to the manslaughter of Blues de Blatt. How the mighty had armadillo. Fuck's sake. Sorry, I mean fallen. Robotnik stared up at the grey, dismal ceiling. Was this the fate that awaited him for the rest of his life? He never thought he'd see the inside of a prison cell. Now he had to consider the very real possibility that this would be his home until his final day. A small room, and a comfortable slab of a bed, and a toilet that groaned in agony every time he put his unconscionable arse on it. Seemed to complain with every flush. Prison food had been surprisingly alright. There had been plenty of eggs at least. That was what led to Robotnik to get his own cell, as his previous summit had threatened to appeal. The Court of Mervian rights to a forced to remain in his cell, constantly being gassed out by Robotnik's eggy guffs all night long and every day. That suited Robotnik just fine, of course. A cell all to himself, where his sole constant companion were his thoughts. It was better that way. Robotnik scratched his nose and strained. But a particularly pungent butt blast squeaked out. The diabolically stinky duck was roused from his musings by a lab rapping at the door. What the fuck is this? Yo, I'm a prison guard, and I'm here to say I'm gonna wrap things up in a major way. This was followed by a knock at the door. What is it? Robotnik asked, irritated. Visiting hours. Get your fat, wobbling shitter down the corridor. Who'd want to visit me? Robotnik asked. I just got the rap joke, for fuck's sake. Fucking annoyed. Who'd want to visit me? Robotnik asked, part curious, and part because it was just a good question to move the plot along. Fuck's sake. Apparently your daughters are here to see you. Robotnik, wearing a yellow bib, which made it look he had his cape on back to front, sat in the visitor's room. Which of his daughters to visit him? Perhaps it would be that funny wooden robot who didn't like him because he was an evil bastard. What was her name again? Oh, who cares? The door buzzed and swung open. In walked a tall, slender one with sunglasses and a short girl from an anime waifu gacha game. At least, that's how it looked. Your visitors, Robotnik. The guard motioned at the two. Good afternoon, father. Sage greeted Robotnik. Hey, Dad! Mecha Robotnik waved as the two joined Robotnik at his table. Ah, Sage! It's so good to see you! Robotnik beamed. What about me, Dad? Mecha asked. Yes, no doubt it's good to see you. Fucking hell! Yes, no doubt it's good for you to see Sage too. Sage didn't show any emotion on her face, because she rarely did, but inside she was cheering. Father, we are here to discuss the plan for your escape. My escape? Robotnik furrowed his brow. Why, then I am afraid you two have quite wasted your time. There shall be no escape. I intend to see this one through. Well then, your lawyers have built an impressive case for your appeal, Mecha noted, trying to hold back tears at her father's previous lack of approval. They think it's airtight. You could get your sentence overturned as easily as I overturned Sage's dollhouse when she taped over Hollyoaks. What? I'm going to break your shins, Sage calmly responded. Try me, short staff! Fuck you. Fuck you, you Kristana Loken wannabe. Eat my synthetic shit pipe, you loathsome Pokemon-looking bitch! Girls, breeze! There's no need to fight, Robotic tried to calm the situation. The fact of the matter is, I committed a crime, and it's only right I see the punishment through, like a man. What does it mean to be a man, father? Sage pondered, curious. Mecha sneered at her. Why, do you think you might become one, ugly? Nice finally there for transphobia. Don't get your robotic... Not robotic, that's the wrong word. Don't get your robotic minge flaps in a twist, dick face. You don't have genitals at all, you shrimpy butt nugget. That's because I'm a small girl child, and father isn't a fucking pedo. So what were you doing looking at my 3D model file to see if I have a clunge, you fart enthusiast? Fucking hell. Mecha paused. She got her there. There's no comeback to that. Obviously Robotnik wasn't a dirty, disgusting nonce case, and obviously she thought father terrific. Mecha prepared to flip Sage off, but, to her shock, found Sage had already got a tiny middle finger up and pointing at her. Part of being a man, Sage, Robotnik mused, means taking responsibility for your mistakes. I'm historically not very good at that, but your purity of CPU heart means, gosh it all, I feel a greater sense of responsibility in the world. I owe it to you to be the best male role model I can be. Are we going to get a fucking Robotnik George Bluth situation in prison?
I mean, maybe. Who knows where we're headed?
Sage shrugged ever so slightly. To be fair, father, I think Sonic is a pretty good male role model, and he's kind of my friend, so... Well, you won't be saying that when I annihilate that hateful hodgepodge of my latest... Oh, right, sorry. Force of habit. I forgot I was in the clink and all that. Is there nothing we can say to change your mind, Dad? Mecha asked, pushing her sunglasses up her nose to cover her weird, scary eyes that Robotnik had given her for some fucking reason. Sorry! Robotnik shook his head. My mind is made up. Sage looked at her sister. Have some respect, Mecha. Father is trying to be a man. You know, that thing you can't get because you're a bitch everyone hates. I'm going to throw you in the canal! Mecha screamed. Sage punched Mecha in the arm. Mecha aimed a headbutt at Sage, who, being a hologram AI, allowed herself to take her on a soft light form, resulting in the robotic bint headbutting the table. She slumped to the floor. Good luck, father. Sage looked lovingly at her creator. If ever you need anything at all, just say the word. I will have one of the useful badniks like Metal Sonic aid you in however possible. He's my favourite brother. He plays trains with me and is nice to my toys. Oh, so sweet. He is a good boy. Robotnik smiled. You're all such wonderful children. Except Robotnik Jr. He's a little fucker. Not pleased at him going off and getting with Breezy, who is technically also my robot daughter. But I suppose there are no laws against that. It makes me wonder what it would be like if I had a flesh and blood child. A baby to call my own. For God's sake!
New plot thread.
Sage thought to herself for a moment. Could this be a way to earn more respect and love from her father? If only there was a way to sneak some kind of desperate woman into prison and allow her wanting to do whatever it was humans did to have babies. She was not old enough to read the picture book about the birds and the bees, and she did not know the Babylon rogues or Charmy well enough to ask them. The prison guard went up to the table. You time to wrap it up, ladies! Well, I mean, technically, visiting time lasts for another hour yet, but I'm sick of watching your shenanigans by now. That is absolutely fair, Sage replied. Goodbye, Dad! Mecha nodded at her father. Goodbye, girls! Robotnik nodded back. Robotnik watched as Sage and Mecha walked away. Just before they got to the doorframe, Mecha kicked Sage into the wall. Sage rubbed her head. Just for that, I'm going to dip your charging cable in guacamole, you fucking prick! The guard ushered the two synthetic life forms out, and Robotnik was alone again. Alone. Again. Alone. What is happening?
We're getting sad in book 2.
Oh, Jesus Christ. At the house of Cream's mum. Yes, that's literally its canon name, by the way. What the fuck? She's called Vanilla. We know her name.
Literally fucking true.
That's so stupid. At the house of Cream's mum. Yes, that is literally its canon name, by the way. Mourners gathered for delightful butter scones and tea and sandwiches at the wake of Cream's mum. They've put a right good spread on, Mighty noted. Yes! They replied to his old friend. But even these Tesco finest cucumber slices do little to help ease the pain in my heart. Now then, lad, Mighty put a consoling arm around the squirrel's shoulder. It weren't your fault. It was that great pillock of a fox, fucking bastard. I'm glad to see the back of that twat. Maybe you're right. Hang on. Don't go getting all emotional, pal. It's making the speech impediment come back. You've worked hard to get through speech therapy. Don't let's ruin it now. Ray swallowed. Yes, you're quite right. It's what Silver would have wanted. Sonic wandered through the hallway, not particularly looking where he was going. He bumped into someone quite unexpectedly. Oof! The pink hedgehog squeaked. Sorry, Amy. Sonic apologised. My mind was elsewhere, I guess. That's alright, Sonic. Amy tried to give her beloved a smile, but couldn't quite muster the energy for one. A rough day, huh? Yeah, I think it's probably going to be the next therapy session pretty well sorted. I'm so proud of you. I know it wasn't easy for you to face up to therapy. The last few weeks have really shaken me, Sonic. I know. I thought about what you said in your eulogy, and I'm sorry, Sonic. I have to say something. What? What is it? Sonic was confused. I just don't think it's right. What happened? With Tails? Every time I think of him, I find myself clenching my hammer tightly. I want to take my hammer and smash his skull into 1,000 tiny fragments, Sonic. I want to offload every crossbow bolt I have into him. Of course he has a crossbow.
Oh, yes, he does.
I want to use my tarot cards as a sort of whirling blade and slice him up. I think I can do that now. It's not really clear. They're really old, the one fairly recently. It's still a work in progress, I guess. Amy! Sonic had a sudden look on his face. This is exactly what I was talking about. About hate. Embrace the hate, John! This is exactly what I was talking about. About hate. About anger. Now you've made a real good go of these therapy sessions. It took a lot to admit you wanted to change. Be the person you used to be before Tails got you hooked on 4chan's politics board. I forgot that it is Tails' fault Amy's racist,
It's
canonically.
absolutely his fault.
So that's also his fault. Christ alive. It took a lot to admit that you wanted to change. To be the person you used to be before Tails got you hooked on 4chan's politics board, Joe Rogan's podcasts, Andrew Tate's Twitter posts, and MJF's dog shit wrestling promos for stupid babies. He isn't a bigot, he's just a cunt, and I can't stand him. See if they give you a personality implant next time you get your hair implants done, you prick! And I really respect the desire to better yourself, Amy. I do. But even though I'm mad at Tails myself, the healthiest thing to do is just to move past it. Sonic, I want to kill him! No, Amy, no, come on. Sonic, I want to kill him! I'm gonna fucking kill him! I am, you know! I'm gonna do it! I'm gonna do it for all of us! But especially for you, Sonic! This suit you're wearing is driving me crazy! It's tightened to perfection! I want to kiss you all over, Sonic! Fucking hell, I want to kill him! Christ alive!
Like they've repressed the worst bits of her and it's coming out in other ways.
Sonic put a hand over Amy's mouth, which she was kind of into, honestly. Would you keep your voice down? There's a room full of people there who probably want to turn that fox to little fuzzy pieces. Don't you think 3 dead friends is enough? Sonic moved his hand away from Amy's mouth and she raised an eyebrow. Friend? What the hell was it? Friend? Friend? You still think of Miles as your friend? Sonic looked away. Well, that's not fair. Look, maybe you're right. Maybe I need to process some stuff. And maybe you do too. Amy sighed. Why don't we go away somewhere? There's some unexplored island. Just you and me. We need to get away from this sun. What? Just you and me. We need to get away from this, Sonic. For the sake of the baby. The baby? What baby? Ugh, the baby you and I are going to have once we're married. I can't bring a baby into the world with 2 angry parents. It's not a good environment for them.
She's right, you know.
She is right. Also, she's incredibly wrong. Sonic rubbed his chin and thought, a trip to an unexplored island? Just like the old days, huh? Yeah! Amy smiled. What do you say? It'll be nice. I'll pack my bags tomorrow. Great! I'll pilot the tornado. No problem. Do you have a pilot's license? I can do anything I want because I am a girl boss. Well, that is true. Sonic recalled Amy's official girl boss certification she earned at Metropolis University during those night classes. Maybe that's going to be the way she'd move past all the awful racism business. The therapy really seemed to be taking. Maybe the two of them. A voice called through from the living room. Who the fuck's Gamo?
Gemel does not have an actual voice. He's a robot from Sonic Advance 3, I think? Yeah, he's from Sonic Advance 3.
Okay.
So how do you want him to sound?
Excellent. A voice called through from the living room. If I may have your attention, announced Jamal, the robot who... Oh, there we go. The robot who lived with Cream after a series of terribly complicated events on the Game Boy Advance. Goodness, what a mess. I understand this is a difficult time for you all. None more so than Cream. But it is my prime detective... Nope, I can't read. It is my prime directive to protect Cream. To that end, I have contacted the late Miss Vanilla's lawyer to read her last will and testament. All parties should hear what he has to say. For fuck's sake, what's happening? A monochromatic bear... Oh, for fuck's sake! A monochromatic bear in a suit with a mustache and glasses stood before the mourners. For fuck's sake, our team. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ken Pandas. I represent Vanilla's estate. I appreciate this is an upsetting day for all of you, but if you'll allow me to read aloud her will, we could get the ball rolling on what happens next. Amy squinted at the attorney. Is he... What am I looking at? Sonic, recognising Amy's blind spot for pandas, patted her on the back. Don't worry about it. I, Vanilla the Rabbit, being of sound mind and body... Ken Pandas began reading the will. Fucking hell. Where's the computer room? Well, sound body, mate! Vector yelled. A small but audible "Way!" was up in response. Do hereby leave all my worldly possessions to my daughter, Cream the Rabbit. The lawyer folded up the will and rubbed his head. That was it! Everyone had to hear that, apparently. Yep. The lawyer folded up the will and rubbed his head. Yes, well, I appreciate that was probably pretty obvious. Now, as some of you may well know, Vanilla was a very wealthy lady. Cream will be given a monthly allowance to the age of 18, at which point she'll be allowed access to the remainder of the funds. In the meantime, it falls to me to ask Cream's legal guardian to ensure she is looked after. The person is, of course, reached into his pocket and pulled out a... Why is this a thing? A scrap of paper. Oh, right. She doesn't have one. Why is that in a bit of paper?
Just there as notes to remind himself, I guess.
I am Cream's guardian, Jamal insisted. That may be so, but robots cannot adopt organic beings. The lawmakers are a bit robophobic, with a demented roboticist trying to take over the world so frequently and all that. Then, Jamal turned to the room. It must fall to one of you. I will guide you however I can, but how do we decide? Do we draw names out of a hat? Knuckles suggested. The only reason I ask is, I do not have a hat about my person. I think I look good in a hat, though. Rouge, do you think I look good in a hat? He sometimes has a hat.
Sometimes, yeah, a little treasure hunt hat. You'll be delighted to know the treasure hunter hat gets an origin story in the Knuckles TV series.
Of course it fucking does. You look good in just about anything, Rouge complimented him. Though you look fine wearing nothing, too. Rouge! Knuckles gasped. What are you implying? We've never... I mean, You and I, we haven't! Knuckles, you literally walk around wearing shoes with Lego on them. So doesn't look like fruit chunks, massive gloves, and fuck all else! We've all seen the wind blowing against your arse. She was right. Knuckles was the only one that hadn't turned up to the funeral wearing anything. Fucking hell. I will raise the child, announced the Mega, who had disguised himself with a big stick-on mustache. Why? Jamil kicked himself for not thinking of the same trick. And I will annihilate any who wish to cause her harm. Shadow cocked his head. Omega, I don't think... Annihilate them into the fucking ground! Everyone stepped back a bit, nervous. I'll do it. Everyone turned to look at the source of the voice. Blaze snapped shut a fan which had been gently using for drastic effect to make herself look cool. I'll be her guardian. We're Team Rose teammates after all, aren't we? And besides, what better upbringing could a child ask for than a royal one? Everyone murmured in agreement. It did sound pretty good. God's sake!
There.
It had done wonders for Sonic's sister Sonia to be raised by Lady Windermere of the Mobian upper class, while Sonic had been raised by Salt of the Earth Uncle Chuck, and his brother Manic had been raised by Farrell the Cockroach from the Thieves Guild. And look, I know that wasn't the original plan, but isn't that fucked up? What is all this?
I just think it's very funny that, like, Sonia gets to live in the high class, Sonic just gets working class Uncle Chuck, and Manic lives in the fucking gutters for his life.
Horrible, horrible thing to do. Sonic's mum's a cunt. Of course, Blaze continued. She'll have to split her time between this dimension and mine. Everyone murmured in annoyance. That did sound like a contrivance. SPO nudged Vector. SPO is fucking not Shadow, but it basically Shadow.
It's pretty much slightly mysterious Shadow.
Chaos Control! Don't you feel even the slightest bit of guilt for this? Vector looks down at SPO, a massive fucking stogie on his gob, and raises an eyebrow. Shame on you! SPO chastised. Volunteer right now! Relax, SPO! Vector let a massive puff of smoke into the air. The kid's gonna be fine! Matter of fact, she'll have more money than us by the sounds of... Vector's eyes turned into dollar signs. He had a habit of doing that when he smelled a get-rich-quick scheme. Oh, for the love of... SPO groaned. I was hoping you'd do it out of moral obligation, and because it might make me look good in front of Blaze. She's not gonna sleep with you, bro! You don't know that! Give it up, dude! Don't get desperate just because Mighty's sister turned you down. It's fine. I don't want to be brothers-in-law of that big stupid jerkadillo anyway. Espia lied, deep down wanting very much to be Mighty brothers-in-law. Victor volunteer, dearie dears! Charmy yelled. This is quite unprecedented, Ken Pandas noted. And I should know, because I'm a bit good at knowing that. There is only one possible solution to this. A smooth, sultry voice spoke up. A fighting tournament, and the prize is the right to become Cream's guardian. And I get exclusive broadcast rights, of course. Amy fumed as her eyes narrowed. Breezy! Breezy Hedgebot Robotnik. What the fuck is... Oh, I know. Yes, I know. Yes, I do know who she is. God's sake. A former Barnick designed to be Sonic's perfect woman to lure him and weaken him. Now largely reformed as the fight promoter behind events such as Scrapper Series, Regal Rousing, Solstice Smack, Mobians in the Building Society Count, and Wrestle Sonic Mania. For fuck's sake!
That one wrote itself.
And also a character we mentioned a bit ago for those of you paying attention. Sinks into the corner of the room in a red suit. Red at a funeral. Escandalo! Breezy handed Ken Penders her business card. My card. As if you don't all know who I am. What's your angle, Breezy? Amy demanded. Breezy mocked offence. Angle? I don't have one, darling. It's purely business. That's an angle, you green... Amy cut herself off. See, the therapy was working. Oh, true. The last fighting tournament you all partook in was a huge ratings and financial success for me. But I'm really thinking of little Cream here. Yeah, right. You never think of anyone but yourself. Amy, be fair to her. Sonic raised a finger and wagged it unconsciously. A habit he'd had since June of 1991, and he just couldn't shift. You always stick up for her, Sonic. It's ridiculous, Amy huffed. She tried to kill you. That was a long time ago, before she broke her programming, Sonic replied. Robots can't help how they're programmed. Breezy was programmed to kill me, and I programmed to like girls with great massive wabos. Call it a toxic relationship if you like, but there's no reason we can't all be friends. Besides, she's married now. So her brother, sort of, technically. Your dad's fucking weird, Breezy. Yes, it's so sad. Breezy pretended to give a shit. Do we can sit inside for... Nope, I don't care. Anyway, my idea? She looked around the room, hoping for approval. Fine, Amy broke the silence. If it'll shut you up and help us find the loving guardian for Cream, we'll do it. All who wish to enter the tournament, please raise your hand, Breezy invited. Every hand in the room went up, including those all the characters we've not named yet, just in case you were wondering, and so there are later continuity issues, so shut the hell up. What for fuck me? Why's your hand up? Breezy asked Ken Pandas. Just a nice moment, innit? He admitted. Very well. Fucking hell. But next Friday, we shall hold the Cream Love Invitational Tournament. Cream Love? Sonic recoiled. Grow up, Sonic. Breezy chastised. Bunny spoke up. You know, Breezy, the acronym of your little tournament is CLIT. For fuck's sake! Fuck! Breezy cursed herself. I already had the banners printed up. Well, fine. Hopefully you're all able to find it next Friday. I know I will! Vector announced. I need some fresh air, Amy said to Sonic. She walked over to the front door and opened it, shocked by the person staring back at her. God's sake. I'm guessing this is Tails.
It's alright, I'll uncover the spoiler when you get to it.
I do apologise. I'm so terribly sorry I missed the service. I'm here to pay my respects, said. For fuck's sake! I thought it was going to be Tails! What the fuck? How the fuck does this happen? What the fuck, LT? I do apologise. I'm so terribly sorry I missed the service. I'm here to pay my respects, said the black... Fuck's sake. Said the black frog from the frog forest, so... Oh, fucking hell.
You know you had to show up eventually.
I didn't ever think about it once. Amy's eyes ticked and she whimpered gently before falling backwards and passing out in Sonic's arms. End of chapter 1.
Mercifully.
Jesus Christ. Wow.
Oh, that felt like a good laugh we got out of you.
Oh my good lord, that was fucking hilarious. Wow.
For those of you that don't know, the black frog is the root of why
she's a racist. In Sonic Heroes, there's a black frog who makes it rain, and Amy legitimately says, in this tone, "There's that black frog again." It's why say it like that? There's clearly some code there.
Oh boy. Now, Eddie, thoughts?
I mean, what a great opening chapter. We've got lots of good stuff here. A nice Robotnik story, which is really helpful. We've got a B plot already, which is nice.
Yes.
Get Robotnik a girlfriend, which is fucking...
I mean, in all the galaxy, who would want to be Robotnik's girlfriend?
Someone will like him. I have thoughts.
Oh dear.
And we had no Tails, which is interesting.
No Tails.
He's been completely ostracized from the group. And we've done the nice... This is a very good long improv trick. of when we get to the next scene, which is in this case book 2, we don't just pick up immediately from where we left off. It's the next scene, which is the scene after the scene we would have had before.
We got in media res, as you will.
Yes. It's a good long informed improv trick. Don't do the next scene, do the scene what would be after the next scene. Because then you can add in bonus jokes and be like, well, this happens, and then we can do da 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 da, and don't forget this happened, and then someone can come on with that character form. We had Amy be not racist for a bit, but she's clearly just relapsed.
I mean, I think we both know. If there's one character who will probably remain in a state of perpetual non-growth, it will be Amy. But hey, she's trying. She's doing her best.
She was trying until a black frog and just fucking passed out.
She's doing her level best, bless her.
Some new characters.
Yes.
Which is nice. Fucking hell. And then we have a tournament.
We do. I mean, you've got to have a good old fighting tournament in Sonic. There's video games based on that, after all.
There is. There's a great Sonic X joke when the two robots are looking at the brackets and one says, "That's what my insides look like." Which was a great fucking joke.
You've got the tournament stuff in Sonic X. There's a very good tournament in the Archie comics. I fucking adore.
Nice.
That's one of my favourite Sonic stories.
Interesting.
It's good.
God damn. Well, it makes sense. Well, Cream needs a guardian.
Yeah, and now we get to have the Sonic characters beat the shit out of one another.
Excellent stuff. Well then, this is stupid.
I don't know what you're talking about. I thought this was a legitimate work of literature.
God damn, how are we going to decide who faces who?
Well, I mean, it comes down to whoever's writing the chapter at the time. This is the thing. Anything could happen in the next half hour.
Oh, no.
No, wait, no, that's Stingray, isn't it? Oh, I don't like that noise.
I have an idea.
Yes, and usually when you say, oh no, like that, it means it's an awful idea that's going to make me very upset. Bearing in mind, listeners, he's already told me he's got an awful idea that's going to make me very upset.
If it helps, I forgot what that was.
The baby talk shadow.
Yes, okay, good. Okay, well, fans of a current popular TV show may be excited to hear what I've got in store for.
Is it the traitors?
Maybe.
Is it EastEnders?
Maybe.
Is it East Traitors?
Yes. God damn. What is nice? We have. It's nice because I know I'm like, where do I follow up from this? Do I go immediately into the funeral, continuing? Do I go to Robotnik? Do I go to Tails?
These are all pretty good options.
Do I go somewhere else entirely?
The world of Mobius, and now the multiverse. Is that your fingertips, my friend?
I have some ideas floating around. I'm not sure exactly which ones I'm going to go with, but there's some ideas floating around. God damn, this is exciting. This is sad. A big meaty first chapter as well, which is nice.
Yes.
Really
well,
kick things off.
I thought we needed the funeral scene to sort of move things into the next bit, but then I was acutely aware of the fact there weren't very many jokes in there, so I thought we'd probably have a couple of silly scenes after this.
Why is it called Eat Arse or Die Trying?
I like I say, it just came to me. I was like, yeah, brilliant.
That's so funny. God damn. Well, I'm excited for chapter 2. I'm excited to continue this fucking nonsense. And what a great setup for the book. We love a tournament. We love a thing. We love building to a thing, and this thing is a big fighting tournament, which is going to happen. I'm going to say it now.
I think we should. We can't fake out 2 books in a row. No. That would be mean.
That would be rubbish. Yeah, we are actually definitely going to do a fighting tournament.
We get to do that very comic book sort of thing of like pitting the characters against one another, and then choosing the winner based on who we want to win at the time we write it. It's not necessarily based on merit.
That could be some good fan votes too, actually.
Oh, you're right. We could have a fan vote on that.
But not for all of them, just for some of them to make it interesting. Because there's some characters who will need to be at the end, and then others who are just like, I don't give a fuck what these ones fucking fan vote.
There's definitely going to be some fodder in there. A couple of pawns on the chessboard.
Yes. Oh, this is fun. Good. Well... Fucking Ken Pandas.
I was so fucking proud of myself for that one.
Fucking hell. LT, this has already gone places I didn't expect it to go.
Well, hopefully in a good way.
Oh, very good way. Very silly way and very interesting way.
I was also happy to return to the sibling rivalry of Sage and Mecha, who fucking hate one another.
Good.
On the basis that Mecha fucking sucks.
She is shite. I did look at her up, and she's fucking rubbish.
But Sage is excellent.
Well, goodness me, LT, what a fun time this was already. I'm happy to be back.
I'm glad you think so. I'm happy to be back. I've been sat on this one for like a week, waiting for you to have an opportunity. I've been like adding little extra bits here and there.
Oh dear.
And now it's out in the wild, and now you get to do the same to me again. Oh, listeners. Oh, readers. Oh, Sonic cunts. What a journey we're going to take.
Get ready for me to be like, tomorrow. I've written a chapter, by the way. Do you want to read? As is wont to happen.
As is tradition.
Well then, I guess the only thing we can do at this point is to do our plugs.
I think so.
Thank you for listening to Sonic the Hedgehog at the podcast. LT,
hello.
Where can our listeners, our readers, our Sonic cunts find your lovely self?
Oh, in so many places, Eddie. You can find me on Twitter, you can find me on Blue Sky, you can find me on Twitch, and my username on all three is LT Dangerous. You can now, actually, how am I going to word this? On Twitch, I'm trying to do 2 streams a week now, so there's going to be a midweek stream and a weekend stream, which is usually Saturdays. We are cycling through a few different games. We're playing Sleeping Dogs, we're playing Batman, Super Mario 64 is coming up, and we're going to be doing some Sonic streams as well. So yeah, keep tuning in for that. And I'm also available on other podcasts, if other podcasts are available.
They are, but
not all podcasts are created equal. No. You can find me on Ruthless Aggression Relived, and by the time you hear this, hopefully our next episode will be out, which features Eddie O'Keefe. What a great guest star he was.
That was a good episode.
It was. And also...
Speaking of podcasts!
Speaking of Sonic the Hedgehog, blue and fast and all that. You can also find me on Chatatouille, which is a Disney podcast that I do with my dear friend Victoria, in which we go through the Walt Disney animated classics one a week, every week, until we run out and have to watch some other Disney films instead, which will happen around week 60 or so. I have done the maths.
Excellent. Lovely stuff. Well, I'm very excited for you eventually to get to a Goofy movie, as that is my favourite Disney film.
I think we are going to do a Goofy movie at some stage, yes.
I would pay you to do it if you weren't going to do it, so it's so good.
Can you pay me anyway, even if I was going to do it?
Maybe. But not Victoria. Sorry, Victoria.
Oh, well, that's a little mean.
Just LT.
Eddie, where can people find you, my friend?
You can find me on Twitch as well, and on podcasts, at Dungeons and Dragons. We stream on currently Sundays and sometimes Fridays. The Friday day may change depending on if I'm doing another thing. But we are doing Sundays and Fridays, currently going through some nice chill games, some of my favourites, running through Banjo-Tooie and having a lovely time doing so. And the podcast Brothers and Dragons, an unfair actual play D&D light adventure, where the whole goal is to go to Budgeons, buy Mother a scratch card, and try not to die as I'm trying to kill you constantly. It's set in a time loop, you can jump in at any time because of that, and it's a very silly, fun time. I think that's everything I do.
Do you want to plug the old wrestling? You've been
recording? And if you are in London area, and particularly around Wimbledon, please come look at Purpose Wrestling, where I do filming. It's a wonderful time, a wonderful show, wonderful people, and they've released their calendar for the year. I think the next show is February the 14th. It's Valentine's Day themed show. A really good fun time. Do come watch it. Do come chat to me before and after the show if you do come see us. It's a really lovely, really good fun time with good people and good wrestling.
And you can't really ask for much more out of an indie now, can you?
No, you sure can't.
Well, I think it is at this point I must ultimately hand the quill, like a hedgehog's quill, over to Eddie so he can get writing the next wonderful chapter of this terrible story that we've been doing. And we'll see what that looks like on our next episode. Till then, listeners, thank you so much for listening, as ever. We love you very much, but... until next time. Don't
forget.
You can't
Cannot-
forget. You can't.
Surely cannot forget.
You can don't forget
Don't forget.
to
Stay Sonic! Yay!
Woo!
I'm embracing it, this book.
Good. I'm glad. Yes, let it flow through you.
It's still absolute shite, but
All right, we're working on it.
Sonic the Hedgehog, the fanfic, the podcast. Sonic the Hedgehog, the fanfic, the podcast. What did we all learn today? Creams, mums, still dead, lol.